Welcome back to U-Verses. Today we are covering Scary Movie 2, made in 2001, which was the last film made by the Wayans brothers until they got the rights for Scary Movie 6. This is why I'm only going to cover the first two films and not the rest of them, since I'm not even sure if they're canon in the first place. But is the second movie harder to beat than the original? Let's find out and get into the film. Before this video starts, can you please just consider subscribing, or at least commenting something funny or liking, or maybe even doing that new thing called hyping it, since I want to make more videos and I need your help. Okay, bye. The movie opens with a spoof of The Exorcist, with a bunch of people playing on a piano, playing fancy music, before they get into the real stuff.
Take your ass, watch yourself. Shake your ass, show me what you're working with. Attention, all young players and pimps, right now is the place to be.
The girl comes downstairs and doesn't like the music that is being played. Oh, you really don't like it. Father McFeely comes to cleanse the house, but at first he cleanses his colon. They try to exorcise the demon out of the girl, after being sick all over each other, which makes me feel a bit sick. But I'm guessing Father McFeely thinks she's a lost cause, because he shoots her. Cindy and Shorty have an actual nice bonding moment, until he teaches her to steal people's jackets. We see Ray again, who is friends with a guy named Buddy, and it's completely ignored that he was a killer in the last movie. A guy in a wheelchair named Dwight talks about sending people to the Hell House we've seen at the start of the movie, to a professor who is played by Tim Curry, the legendary actor who also played the original Pennywise. They choose a bunch of students, including Cindy, Shorty, Ray, Buddy and Brenda, and two new characters named Alex, the girl with pigtails, and Theo, the one who is only invited because she's attractive. Buddy and Cindy have a conversation, which is trying to set up their relationship. Cindy arrives at the house and meets a caretaker named Hanson, who is the best character in this movie, now that the goat Doofy is gone. Hanson shows how to stuff a turkey at the dinner table, and might I say, he's got some techniques.
I don't know what the hell that is, but I'll lick it anyway.
Cindy and Buddy find a secret room behind a bookshelf, where they find out about Mr. and Mrs. Kane's deaths, and they also find a chest. Alex has sex with a ghost, but we're moving past this quickly, so... Cindy tries opening the chest that she found, before being flipped off by a cat, reminding me of Talking Kitty Cat a bit. Cindy has a full-on fight with this cat, with broken bottles and everything, before she is knocked out by the same cat. She wakes up and reports this to the professor, but he wants her and Theo to sleep together for protection. Ray gets dragged under his bed by a clown doll, in reference to Poltergeist, but I don't remember the scene where the clown is sexually assaulted, and I'm sure what's under that sensor bar isn't a balloon animal. Cindy gets some message from the ghost of Miss Kane and shows her some clues on how she died. And judging by the dress Ray wears, he did as well. Shorty puts his weed to bed, but it wants revenge for all the relatives he smoked before and rolls him into a blunt and starts smoking him. But he is saved by high cravings that Buddy offers. Characters talk about all the weird experience they have had, believing the house is haunted. And Buddy eavesdrops on Dwight and the professor, learn about the poltergeist, and tells the others. Theo goes down to Dwight and tries seducing him to get the keys off him, so they can all escape. But she tries helping him, which he doesn't like, so he helps himself instead, and then she knocks him out and gets the keys. Miss Kane then distracts the professor and kills him off screen. Could have survived this by not following the ghost that clearly wants to kill you. That's just stupid. Ghosts lock down the building, so no one can escape. and Dwight arms the team with special goggles and ghost shooting guns. Skellington chases Cindy, who snitches on Brenda's hiding spot.
Oh, man, John, they found us, bro. John, hey, they found us, bro.
But Brenda bullies the Skellington, beating it up. Alex chases the ghost, wanting to date him, but he doesn't want to be with her and crushes her with a chandelier. He could have survived this by not chasing the ghost that was clearly harmful and didn't want to be near her. Cindy and Buddy confess their love when they're locked in the freezer, and we get another Spider-Man scene. Great. Dwight and Mr. Kane have a race in the wheelchairs across the top floor of the house. They end up at a standoff, but since Kane's a ghost, Dwight ends up outside the window. Dwight has help offered to him by Hanson asking him to...
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand. No!
But he doesn't and falls. He could have survived this better by just taking his little hand, no matter how gross it was. Hanson is then possessed by the ghost. We see a reference to Hannibal, which came out the same year as this, where we see Beetlejuice inside Shorty's mind.
This is your brains on drugs.
The girls get a new uniform and fight Hanson, who absolutely 1v3s them. But Dwight, who's somehow still alive, makes an invention that can stop the ghosts and beats Hanson. They use Cindy as a distraction to get Mr. Kane into a device, which then destroys him. Buddy and Cindy go on a date and get hot dogs, but the vendor is Hanson, who tries getting her. But he is hit by a car drove by Shorty with his new ghost girlfriend. But he somehow survives and is in Scary Movie 6. And then the movie ends, obviously. Now that the film is over, I will rank the survivability of the film and how much I liked it in a tier list. I believe that the average person can survive Scary Movie 2. This is because, aside from villain deaths and joke deaths, the actual main deaths were because they followed the evil scary ghost. I think that Scary Movie 2 belongs in the B tier, since even though it was extremely rushed, it's almost as iconic as the first movie. I honestly enjoyed Scary Movie 2 as much as the original, and hopefully by the time this is out, Scary Movie 6 should be out in cinemas still. I don't really know if you care about the blue pumpkin, but I've still hid it somewhere in this video, and comment if you found it. This has been You Versus, and I'll see you next time. You're gonna have to take my little hand. It's my strong one. Okay, bye.
What did he say?
Thomas, if you don't stop misbehaving, we're gonna take your mom away and leave you here alone. Okay, I think he'll start acting better now.